And I thought it was a good idea because I've reached the age where you got to go take tests. Men, you know what I'm talking about. We reached the age where we got to go take tests. Okay? Now, I don't want to embarrass my urologist, but I had to go to the urologist and I was having a little problem. And I walked into the office and he said, "Mr. Petrucci, how are you doing?" I said, "Well, oh, pretty good, you know." He said, "What's the problem?" I said, "I'll tell you the truth, Doc, my problem is I pee like you talk." So he takes me in the back room. They have a number of doctors there, and the walls that divide the rooms are very thin. And while you're waiting, you can hear what's going on with another doctor in another room. And I could faintly hear a doctor is examining this older fella, and he evidently was having trouble with his ear. He couldn't hear very well. And the doctor said, "I know what's wrong," instantly. And the guy says, "I'm sorry." He says, "I know what's wrong with you." And the guy says, "What?" He said, "You've got a suppository in your ear." The guy says, "Thank God, now I know where I put my hearing aid." Lord, I apologize for telling you that. Very sorry. In my career, I had the opportunity of opening up for Dolly Parton. How many know Dolly Parton? Ooh, what a sweet little lady she is. I had the opportunity of doing about 6 shows and opening up for her. And I wanted to do something different, so I actually wrote a poem for her, and I'd like to just say a couple verses of it. Well, hello, Dolly Parton. I wrote this just for you. You give the world your pretty songs, you give much love, it's true. You don't give out your measurements, your waist size, or your cup. But we all know you're taller laying down than standing up. I visited the Grand Ole Opry. I hoped you'd sing a song. I thought I saw you in the back, but found that I was wrong. When I found out it wasn't you, I almost nearly died. It was 2 bald-headed men sitting side by side. Last verse. Last night I dreamed about you. It started good as gold. I was a tiny baby, just barely 4 weeks old. I dreamed you were my mama. How much better could it be? But it became a nightmare. You bottle fed me. Thank you. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is coming to the part of the show where I'm going to ask you to get very serious. Give me your undivided attention, because I'm about to do something very dangerous and I don't want any mishaps. I am now going to perform for you the dangerous effect, the scarves of death. Now, for this effect, I need the sexiest woman in the building. So if you have a sexy woman sitting next to you, please raise your hand. I'd advise some of you men to get your hand up right now. I didn't mean to get you punched in the ribs, sir. His wife said, get your hand. My lovely assistant, Robin, she is going to scour the audience for the very sexiest of women and bring her to me right now. Ladies and gentlemen, Robin, my lovely assistant, and she is going to find someone right now. So grab that person and bring them right on up here. Yes, did you find her yet? There she is. Ladies and gentlemen, a nice round of applause for the sexiest woman in the building. Come on, bring her on up. Come on up. We're not, I know it's dangerous, but we have insurance. Come on up, man. Come on up here. Hold on. Come on up. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, what's your first name? Doris, she said I have to think about it. All right, Doris, I saw you out there. You're having a good time. And I want you to know now that this is a very dangerous thing. So I'm going to ask you to follow my directions explicitly. All right? Very important because I don't want you injured. All right? Why are you looking at me like that? All right, Doris. I have these very rare and expensive silks from India. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to tie them in a knot, if you don't mind. And what I'm going to ask you to do is to pull that knot as tight as you can. Go ahead and do that, Doris. Pull it tight. That's good, because I don't want those scars to be able to come apart. As you can see, those are tight. All right, from here on out, I want you to follow my instructions explicitly. Face the audience, hands down by your side. Now, what I'm going to do, Doris, I'm going to take this knot and I want to place it in a very warm and cozy place. With your permission, I'm just simply going to put that right in there. This has nothing to do with the trick, by the way. Now, my lovely assistant is going to take one corner, and I'm going to take one corner. From here on out, be very still. Be very still. Let me explain what's going to happen, all right? Right now, would you put your hand on that? Take your hand and place it on this knot. Left hand. Put it up there. Now, what we're going to do, Doris, my assistant and I are going to jerk the scarves backward. The scarves are going to penetrate your neck and arrive safely behind your head without severing your head, we hope not. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me have your undivided attention. All right. On the count of 3, I want you to put your hand down. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3, go! I'm so sorry. Oh, wait, just a minute. Sit down, Doris. Doris, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, man. Do I have time for one more effect? I don't want to...
I want more.
Thank you. Robin, bring a man up here. Bring a man up here. Bring a man up here that knows how to shop. Real quick, let's get this done. Who's a man? Oh. 50 guys here, and she had to get one that's drunk. What's your first name? Red? Reg. All right, Reg. You go shopping? Publix? No? Good. Nope. I don't want you to have any experience in this, all right? Let's say I have a shopping bag for you here, and inside Of course, I have a prediction because I am a predictionist. I'm going to leave that in plain sight. Here's what I want you to do, Reg. What you're going to do, your wife has sent you shopping, all right? She has provided you with a list of things. Kraft ranch dressing. Alpo dog food for your dog. Bayer aspirin. I have a number of things. I've got about 50 things. Windex Classman. You see all these things here? She wants you to come home with all of these things. You've got them all in a basket. You're ready to check out. You look for your wallet. It's not there. All right? You have to give some of the products back. What I want you to do, so you don't know what order these are in, is just take them and give them a little mix, if you wouldn't mind, please. Just give them a little mix. And then when you're done mixing them, like now, take half in one hand and half in the other hand face down and hold them like this, all right? Now, since you only think you have enough money for half, I want you to give half back to the grocer to put back on the shelves. Let's see what you gave back. Don't look at those yet. Oscar Mayer Bologna, Betty Crocker, Windex. These are things you're not taking. Oh my God, you are not taking home the Charmin toilet paper. Your family is going to be very disappointed in you. All right? Now, you suddenly realize when you're going through your pockets, not only do you not have your wallet, you don't have your credit card. So turn those into two piles once again and give me half of them again. This half here. Let's see what you gave back. Wesson cooking oil, Paso taco, Planters peanuts. Your dog is going to be very disappointed in you, ladies and gentlemen. Alpo dog food. The dog doesn't get to eat. Now, how many do you have left? You have 3 choices left. Have I influenced anything so far? You chose the ones to give back. For the last time, I want you to take one finger and touch any one of those 3 cards. Just touch it. The middle one. Are you absolutely sure? I'm not going to change the card on you. There it is. Hold it like that. Don't look at it. You didn't take Country Crock margarine. You have made your final choice. Now, in this envelope, Reg, I have predicted the one item that you were going to take home. You only had a few bucks. That's the one item that you found so necessary that you are going to take that item home. I have a prediction. You have made your choice. I had nothing to do with it. You made all the choices. Am I correct? Including the final choice of 3 choices. Turn your card over and let's see what you're going home with tonight. Go ahead. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the thing he cannot do without depends. I'm so sorry. So sorry. Come on, stick around. Now remember, I did commit myself, all right? I did commit myself right here. And so if this all goes like it should, out of those 50 products, I have a picture of one product in this envelope. You chose depends. Ladies and gentlemen, depends. There you go. Huh? Well, you're saying this could be the code for anything. Yeah. Well, it could be, but the only thing in the sack is depends. A round of applause for Reg. To conclude my part of the program with a short recitation. I actually wrote this last night. I'm going to ask my dear friend Melody Snyder if she wouldn't come to the keyboard. I wrote this last night. It's very romantic, and so if you're sitting next to someone you love, I want you to reach over and take their hand right now. Would you do that? Good. If you're sitting next to someone you love. If you're you're not sitting next to someone you love, reach over and take your own hand and hold tight. All right, ladies and gentlemen, my love recitation in conclusion. I'm going to go over here and get sexy because I need to feel sexier than I do right now to share this with you. I tiptoed softly toward the bedroom because I thought she would be asleep. When I opened the door to that bedroom that night, what to my wondering eyes, but there she was, in all of her beauty, sitting on the edge of the bed. Well, I looked at her and she looked at me. There I stood and there she sat, eye to eye and tit for tat. Sure glad I had that tap with me. Well, I looked into her eyes and I could almost see passion begin to burn, and she looked at me and she said, "Hey, hey, hey, take off my socks." I very slowly and carefully took off her socks. I looked at her one more time, and now I could see the passion begin to build, and she looked at me one more time and said, "Hey, hey, hey, take off my shoes." That didn't bother me none. I took off her shoes. Well, the room began to heat up. I saw love in her eyes. She looked at me one more time and said, "Hey, hey, hey, take off my dress." I very slowly and carefully ripped off her dress. I can't tell you how hot that room began to get. It got so hot candles began to lay over. The passion was building in her eyes, and she looked at me one more time and she said, "Hey, hey, hey, take off my underwear." I very slowly and carefully took off her underwear. Let me tell you what happened next, okay? All of a sudden, that beautiful, long, slinky woman stood right up, got off the bed, stood up on her feet. She looked me right in the face and she said, "Don't ever let me catch you wearing my clothes again."